think everyone here in Central Florida has been driving down I-4 at one point or another and seen a multi-car pileup, right? And so in this video, we're going to talk about the claims process, personal injury side of a multi-car crash. These crashes and these scenarios are certainly more complex and nuanced than your straightforward two-car crash. There are a number of reasons for that. Number one is you obviously have multiple cars that are involved, which means multiple insurance companies which are involved and multiple insurance adjusters which are involved in the process. And so if you find yourself in this scenario, you may have, 3 or 4 or even 5 different insurance companies and adjusters calling you to get information. You're not sure which adjuster is with which party from the crash, and it's really, really confusing. And so one of the things that everyone is honestly trying to figure out in this scenario is, were there multiple drivers that were at fault in causing the crash, or was there just one? Or what are the specific scenarios of the crash? In these situations, almost certainly the police have come to the scene of the accident and they've done their investigation, and they probably made some sort of fault determination that they would issue in their accident report. But the reality is, and most people don't realize this, is that the police report is just a piece of information in the claims process, and it's not necessarily the end-all be-all. And so the police are really there, and they're doing the best job that they can given the circumstances, but lots of times they're making that fault determination without access to all of the evidence in the case. And so in these multi-car crash situations, it's really important to make sure that you have access to all of the evidence available. We know all of the witnesses or potential witnesses to the crash. We know if there's video of the crash. We want all of this information so we have a really good understanding of who was actually at fault for the crash. If there's multiple drivers that had at least partial fault for the crash, then there could be multiple insurance policies available for your injuries. The second thing to know about these multi-car crash situations is lots of time, if there's multiple people who are injured in these scenarios, it becomes an issue of whether or not there's enough insurance coverage available to cover everyone's injuries. So almost all insurance policies have really 2 primary limits that are important to understand. One is the per claim amount, and then there's the per occurrence amount. So if you were to look at your own insurance policy, it might say something like you have $100,000/$300,000 available for bodily injury coverage on your policy. What that means is there is $100,000 available per claim, but the total amount per occurrence is $300,000. So in an extreme example, let's say someone who had a 100-300 policy caused a crash and 10 people were hurt as a result of that crash. That $300,000 number, that is the total amount that the insurance company will pay for the 10 people, no matter how bad their injuries are, right? And so in this scenario, normally what the insurance company will do is they'll schedule what we call a global mediation, and they'll say, hey, we have $300,000 available and we know that there are 10 people injured, and so we're willing to pay the full $300,000, but we don't know how it should be divided among the 10 injured people. So at this global mediation, that's sort of the goal, is to figure out if the parties can come to some sort of an agreement as to how to split up the $300,000. So these multi-car crashes, they're certainly complicated, and there's a lot of insurance companies involved, and you need to make sure that you have really good representation in these scenarios, and this attorney can fight to make sure that your rights are protected in the event there's not enough coverage or limited coverage available. You need to make sure that you have an attorney who's going to get you your fair slice of the pie.